Revenge of the Fifth. Revenge of the Fifth. So we're here to talk about the first episode of Bad Batch.
Yo.
What up with it, man?
What's going on, boys?
Not much, man. So you just finished?
Yeah, like literally 10 minutes ago while you guys were trying to figure out your live. I finished it.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Big fan. I thought it was dope.
Well, my son is definitely asking me to get off of this live so we can finish episode 1. He's waiting. He went to the zoo earlier, and then he came in and grabbed my phone when he walked into the room. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "The Bad Batch."
He's like, "Come on, man! What do you figure it out?"
So yeah, he's definitely looking forward to me getting off of this live so I can go finish this. So,
nice.
But yeah, man. So Billy finished it. You finished it, Mark. What is the? I know you love it, but what is the one thing that you can take away that makes you want to go into episode 2?
Oh, it's just like a really. That's a super interesting perspective on like the whole like what happened to the clones after Order 66. Like I just love that as a storyline, and I think they do it really well. I don't want to spoil anything if people haven't. Well, for you specifically, Joy, you can't talk about you haven't even seen it.
Right. Well, but I'm 20. I'm about 30 minutes in. So
yeah.
And and we didn't even really talk about this, Billy, but there's gonna be people that outside of us. Outside of me, rather, that haven't seen it, that might hop on, that might want to see it, and we might be spoiling it for them. So there's maybe something in the future that we want to put. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
There's a cameo within the first 30 seconds or a minute that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I think even though it was just fan service, unless they're going to revisit the character in the show, which is possible.
Yeah.
I love it. I am so glad they did that. They didn't have to. They could have started it a different way, but it's amazing. So glad they did that.
Brinson, who's on the chat, God Chaserz, he's a Star Wars nerd as well. And what happened with my son recognized who the kid was before I did.
Yep.
And he said his name, and I said, "No, man, he said his name was such and such." And she said, no, that's that. And I was like, no, you're 4. You don't know what you're talking about. Right? And so then I talked to Brinson, and he's like, yeah, he used to know what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And he said, and the reason why I didn't connect it was because Rebels. Remember I told you Houston likes to jump around on Rebels, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's messed around and watched more episodes of Rebels than I have. And so he understood, I think he understood the one storyline where they showed a little bit and didn't give everything as far as this person's mentor, basically, how this person died. He knew that, I think.
I mean, both names are in Rebels. They mention both names.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole story arc where it explains his name. I think there's an episode even named that in Rebels. So it's pretty cool. My kids couldn't believe it, right away. I was stoked about it. And then they still did other cameos and kind of connections to the bigger universe all throughout. And I was really glad about that.
Yeah, man, Dave Filoni knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Let's just give him the Star Wars universe and be like, yep, make the rest of it. You just do whatever you want. You got free control because he has yet to make a bad thing.
Yo, what up?
You.
Oh, sick. Okay, we should all just leave. That's it. The live is done. That's it.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Amazing.
I mean, since this Revenge of the Fifth, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming with my Sith stuff, you know what I'm saying? What y'all talking about?
That's right.
Nice.
That's so tight.
Yes.
This is how you enter alive.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm not gonna be on here long because I'm in the middle of bouncing tracks because I'm getting the album mixed and mastered tomorrow. But since I had an invite and since y'all talking my talk, hold on, let me flex for a second. I just need to flex for 1 second.
Okay.
Dre, I know you like them Nvidia watches, right?
Yeah.
Them watches, right?
Right.
Let me flex on you
Break it
for
up.
just a second. Just one flex.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh.
That's just one flex. That's all I wanted to do tonight.
I mean, the lightsaber was a flex. The wash is just a bonus.
That's hard.
The lightsaber is a super flex.
Mm-hmm.
So yo, real quick before you gotta go, what do you? I know you love the episode. What is the thing that stood out to you the most that is gonna make you watch episode 2? Because earlier today you said season 1 of Rebels wasn't as good as season 2, so you didn't really have a whole lot of incentive to watch season 2 until you saw the trailer for season 2 and it pulled you back in. What in episode 1 of The Bad Batch made you want to turn on season or episode 2 when it comes on Friday? Without giving away too much.
Yeah.
Well, scratch. I said I know we kind of
so
been
the right
painting and all that, but
so here we go. I'm gonna just talk, but I ain't gonna spoil it.
Okay.
The writing.
Mm-hmm.
So what made me fall in love with Clone Wars, Mandalorian, Clone Wars Rebels, and now Bad Batch is you can tell the same level of epic writing is going to go into everything because so this is what always ticks me off about Hollywood. Hollywood makes movies that don't care about the actual real diehard fan. Clone Wars, Star Wars. Okay, so case in point, the last 3 Star Wars movies, you can tell they were making the movie. They were getting paid to make the movie. They didn't care about us. Clone Wars cares about what we think. It's like they got the Knights of the Nerd Table sitting down in these writer rooms telling them, don't you do that because your whole family will get kidnapped playing with this. Don't play with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain franchises that I know did that. Like when they was making Endgame in Infinity War, you can tell they cared on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Captain Marvel, somebody just got paid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difference. It's a difference from getting a check and then you got some case in point, the first Justice League versus the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Somebody got paid and somebody gave a crap. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
I'm convinced that season 7 of the Clone Wars is the greatest existing Star Wars thing. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Yes.
Bro, let me tell you something. Because the way they did the animation on the Maul Ahsoka fight at the end, that just
mind blowing,
solidified to me. Right, that was it. I was like, okay, you know what? Hold on, I need to flex some more since we're talking. Hold on.
This is why I invited him in, man. This is why I invited him in. Like, so Brinson is a super. Go ahead, Billy.
Just for reference, just for kicks, Grogu might be 20 years old at this point.
Okay, that was
Oh, okay.
I'm telling
but
you,
like,
from Rogue One to Mandalorian's only 10 years, y'all. That's only 10
yeah,
years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, there's you're just spitting out another one. Rogue One.
You know,
is another one.
what's crazy is because of Revenge of the Fifth, and I posted that video today of the scene from Revenge of the Sith. The troopers that came down there to get Anakin, like I had just watched some of the Bad Batch, and I was like, the colors on these storms, like this is like the same day, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. Everything that was happening during that time, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I didn't know how much they tied into each other. That just makes me want to go back and just.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He mailed that off to Houston today.
Oh
Yeah.
And Houston doesn't know, so he gonna go crazy.
Because Houston is fading his daddy. Star Wars knowledge.
He is, bro.
Yeah, we heard that already,
bro.
We have to start the young man off right. You know, we all believers on here. I have to sow into this brother's life. we got to sow in good ground into this brother now, so he can't get trapped in the darkness.
No, we want him trapped on the dark side. Houston is watching right now. My wife said my wife said Houston is watching right now. Oh, he's watching the live.
Houston,
spoilers.
You're welcome, bro.
Show him what he's getting. Since he's watching, show him what he's getting. Open it up for him.
And if we open it, the art of you got art in this mug. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You should get that Friday, buddy.
So you can. So I'm sewing so he can keep fading his daddy. You don't even know.
That has never happened in my house.
I got all sorts of stuff over here. I can't just. You know what? Hold on. I'm sorry. I got to flex.
I said that.
Go ahead, talk, Billy. I'm about to flex
right now. My kids are reading those expanded universe books, so they've got like the Thrawn trilogy, the Thrawn duology, the new Thrawn ones, the Vision Quest, the Outbound Flight, the you name it, and I'm just like, okay, I like to read, but I can't keep up. I'm still in the first trilogy right now, trying to read.
Yo, those are good.
Novels. Yeah, man.
They're good.
Timothy Zahn, bro. He's a good writer.
So tonight I gotta binge Clone Wars, Rebels, and go back and watch all the prequels and
You gotta binge 148 hours of Star Wars content tonight. Tonight.
Yo,
last thing. Has nothing to do with Star Wars.
Listen, Jess said Houston is smiling. He said thank you, but he also wanted to know if your lightsaber was real.
Yeah, you got it straight from the source. Darth Vader handed it to him.
Hold on. I'll show him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know
it's real.
Or not, man.
Looks real enough to me.
It's real. If I didn't have to bounce stuff for this mixing session tomorrow, I'm listening to y'all, but I'm like, let me keep working. But
yeah. Next week, man.
Did I say that was the last flex? I lied. I'm sorry. You know about Cobra Commander with Serpentor. Y'all don't know, man. Let me get out of here.
His next level nerd game right here.
I know, right?
For real.
I'm out. I'm taking my belt. I'm taking my God takes the belt and I'm out.
Taking my belt, I'm gone.
I'm out.
All right,
out of
bro.
here. The Sith is winning.
You guys and your Sith.
The Jedi are the evil ones, man.
No. False.
Yes, Mark, we went over this before.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but your hate is like basically directed towards Mace Windu, and that's it.
No,
Like
no, no,
he's
no,
the
no,
problem with the Jedi.
no, 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 no. So did you see my post earlier today?
No, man, I haven't really been on Instagram at all.
Okay, so I can better explain now because this is something that just the scene, the ending of Return of the Jedi when the mask is lifted when he says I want to look on you with my own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That picture of him looking at his father and then the remorse that Anakin has in his face contrasted with the look on Anakin's face when the mask is going on to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
That last scene of Revenge of the Sith, the emotion that is in him during that when he looks up and he sees the mask and he's like, what is going on? But then he like settles down and accepts it. This is what I have to do because I lost my family. I've lost my status. I lost everything that I have, and somebody, I didn't lose it. Somebody took it from me and left me for dead on a burning rock. Everything was gone. Like that's what. That's why the Jedi are the evil ones. Like they basically stripped him of everything that he loved, everything that he had, and then finally because Luke says what he says I need to save you, and he says you already have, like you showed me that there's still goodness in me because he had given up everything. He had lost all hope, and the Jedi did that, bro. Like the dark side didn't do that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if Luke is at the end of Return of the Jedi, he is the epitome of Jedi. Like that's the whole thing. Like in reality, Luke is the one who balances the Force. Like they misread the prophecy. Right. It was Vader's son, not Vader himself or Anakin himself, that was going to balance the Force. Like Vader's kids. And if Luke is the epitome of the Jedi who then saves Anakin, how can the Jedi be evil?
Because Luke didn't. He wasn't the one.
I think he was.
If that was the case, they would have never had the new movies and put Rey into the equation.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
No, I know that that's I know that that's a whole other conversation. But what I'm saying is that actually happened. You can't just denounce it because it was a bad movie or somebody wanted to make.
No, I like the new ones. Don't get me wrong.
How the story originally goes. That's what we're saying. They scrapped the story for the Disney movies, but the real story, all the stuff that happens in the Force after, even with Thrawn, even with all the expanded universe stuff, Luke and the Jedi and the Dark Jedi and the Light Jedi before there was the Sith stuff, all that is still balanced with so Luke
I see it as
Jedi being the thing,
I see it as two separate. Like it's almost like ages. So you have Luke rebalances the Force, and then all of that stuff happens. The Vader is rescued, but like the dark side doesn't go anywhere,
right?
And so there's always going to be a point where it resurges, and so that's actually what I see those next three movies as. They're like the new age of it's like the dark side trying to come back because that's always going to happen. Like when there's never going to be a point where light just wins out. Because that's not balance. There's always going to be a back and forth.
Right, but when I say, and you pointed to Mace Windu earlier, you're pointing to an individual that was a Jedi. That's why I said I'm not saying one individual Jedi. I'm saying the Jedi, that whole mindset, that whole thing, that's the evil, not the dark side. That's the evil that actually drove him. The rules and regulations that he had to abide by, the stripping of his emotion, the basically you can't feel is based on what I know. I haven't read any of the outside canons, but from what I can see, based on the movies that I've seen, that's what drove him to the dark side.
Yeah, you're gonna like Clone Wars. Clone Wars is like basically it's Anakin's story like way more fleshed out than the movies could ever do.
The Clone Wars is amazing because it helps flesh out and take away the focus where, like, putting it where it belongs, I think, on the bigger story. I think that's why Maul is such an important character. Maul is my favorite. He might be one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever, even though people think he's, doesn't have a long story arc because they only know him from Phantom Menace or.
Oh, he's got a massive story arc.
There, but his story all throughout Clone Wars and Rebels, even on screen, and that's not even if you read anything or whatever. That's not books and comics. That's just on screen. Clone Wars and Rebels. The last thing that happens in Maul's life, which I won't tell the scene or spoil that, but the last thing that happens is he asks if Luke is the one to balance the Force, and the reason why is because he got shafted by Anakin and by the Emperor and all that, and he was a Sith, and that was the whole thing. Is like
he was like the reverse of Anakin.
Yeah, he was ditching, Dooku and Grievous and Maul. He was just throwing guys out left and right to get what he wanted,
Mm-hmm.
And Anakin, they play that whole thing up for Anakin to be the one, and then you realize that really it's Luke, and then really it's not just Luke by himself though. It's Luke like helping redeem his father. So it actually it does matter. It is Anakin. It does matter.
Yeah.
It's like both. It's really crazy. To me, and you got to have the full story, which is why I think all the cartoon stuff is important. I've loved reading these books, even though they're not canon anymore, because they sort of explain like when you see what happens in The Mandalorian all the way to the end of season 2, and you go, oh yeah, this is like what happens between here and Rey and all that stuff, which is what people cared about to begin with. Why in the world?
Why they jumped so far?
The whole first 6 movies take place in like a 30-year period, and they jump 30 years to start the new trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all couldn't have used CG to make them folks a little bit younger looking. You didn't have to jump 30 years in the future just to use them. I mean, come on, y'all, come on, because it's a stretch, bro. Like everything else in canon right now is great, including the prequels, in my opinion. It's all great. The story's all linked together. It's perfect. And then you got this weird, if you include The Mandalorian, it's not quite 30 years. It's more like 20, I guess, or 25. But you got this like 25-year jump now past The Mandalorian to the future. And you got this bizarre new storyline that doesn't really hold a lot of water, except that it parallels some of the Thrawn Expanded Universe stuff a little bit. But that's the only way that it's even worth anything, in my opinion. Force Awakens was cool. Last Jedi as a standalone movie is fine. Rise of Skywalker, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's cool as a cultural moment. In the grand scheme of things, in the canon, it's kind of the weakest. The trilogy is the weakest of all.
Yeah, they feel like three standalone movies. They don't feel like a trilogy. Like it just feels like 3 random, like the stories kind of connect, but
yeah. It's pretty weird.
But here, gents, I'm gonna let you guys keep going here. I'm gonna call it a night. We got an early start, but thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, man.
You gotta let us know what you think of that coffee, bro.
Oh, yo, I'm so excited to brew it. Can't wait. I was pumped when it arrived today.
Awesome, man.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
You too.
Mark, the shop table, Canada, leaving the building.
Press 1 if you are in love with coffee. Press 1. Press 1. New coffee dropping. Decaf for the Decaf Hour. Calf, also known as coffee, was a brewed beverage prepared from ground calf beans. Now these calf beans, a calf bean was the seed of a plant at the source of the brewed beverage called calf. By the time of the New Republic, Endorian calf beans were grown and picked the cliffs of the Campilan mountain range on the southeastern peninsula of the forest moon of Endor. Yes, calf beans could be coated in chocolate and eaten as a treat. And who did we say that were like the farmers of Decaf? Wasn't it the Ewoks?
Yep. They live on indoor.
Yep.
Which is what you see on our bag right there.
Yep.
We'll get it roasted and shipped to you quick. And it's high quality decaf from Chiapas, Mexico, Swiss water process, which means no chemicals are involved. It's great coffee.
Appreciate you, Brinson, for hopping on, man. Mark,
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you, brother, for hopping on. Everybody out there behind the screen, drink some decaf and watch Bad Batch.